I know. I am praying that this works better. Welcome to day 1 of the Transformation Kickstart Challenge. This is part 2 of part 1, and I hope that this is a better experience for all of you. We're going to hang out for just a couple minutes here because you will probably need to find your way here. Is there a link that you can grab to share it? All right.
Okay, I'm just gonna get this party started from the beginning. So here's the first lesson that you must recognize. In life, shit is not gonna go your way. You can have all of the food prepped, you can have all of your workouts together, and then something's gonna happen. Your kid, God forbid, is gonna get sick, and you might need to go to the hospital. You can have all of the right intentions. And sometimes things are just going to happen that are outside of your control. And we want to welcome you to the Transformation Kickstart Challenge, because what makes this journey different is that we are going to show you how to continue showing up for yourself when you want to give up. We're real people just like you. And for a very long time, we used to struggle ourselves too. Please go ahead.
We're just going to get really real with you guys. This is Aaron and Sarit. This is how we are. When you have a breakdown somewhere in your life, you always have a choice in what you can do about it. I'll let you know right now, this whole experience is extremely challenging. If you're watching this from the beginning, you might not know what's going on. We were live on a different platform, and it was really glitchy, not a good experience for any of you watching. And I refuse to let it not be a good experience. I will try every nook and cranny that I can to make sure that you get a good experience from us. Also, it's important for you to know you're going to get us real, raw, authentic, imperfect, sometimes not politically correct, but always loving, always caring, always compassionate, and always on your team. Okay, so this right now is a huge challenge for us because a lot of effort goes into being able to put this on. And when something like that breaks, it's very easy to want to get frustrated. It's very easy to want to get all like, panic, scramble. And this is a great lesson for you all. Not part of what we were going to teach today, but a great lesson in life is your ability to respond to situations that you don't have control over. How do you do it? Everyone, I'm not perfect. I am not a saint. I don't always remain calm. However, you are my accountability. You are so important and so impactful as a piece of this community because I have a duty and an obligation to do everything that I can to stay calm, because when you're frantic and when you're frustrated, you can't think of solutions. We have never gone live just from YouTube before. I had no idea how to do it. I had no idea. I said, I don't know, but I'm committed. And the power of commitment is when you are committed, you figure the rest out. But we're so afraid of failure. We're so afraid of, I don't know, or what if I fail, or what if the worst thing, it's always the worst thing that happens, but it never is usually like I'm going to die. So just try. Just try. I don't know how to do a YouTube live stream. And the first thing I saw and tried, I was like, shoot, we can't do that because we have to have the other platform that we were using. And I clicked on something else and I found another way. You guys, there's always a way to the destination you are trying to get to. There's always a way. All right. So now the importance of this is when you reach a moment like that, and this is so applicable for weight loss and body transformation, because if I'm going on my journey, and I'm like, yes, my goal, and I want to lose 2 pounds a week and this, that, but something happens at work, your boss chews you out, you have a terrible day, you spill coffee on yourself, someone rear ends you, heaven forbid, and there's just things outside of your control. There's a fork in the road at every one of those situations. Life and every single day is full of decisions that you get to make. And so every decision, there's a fork in the road. I can go this way, I can go this way. And usually there's only two paths. One leads you down a worse road and one leads you to a better place. And so you can choose to, when you step on the scale and you look and it doesn't say the number that you were expecting, you can choose to be defeated. You can choose to be frustrated. You can choose to quit, or you can say, all right, maybe that's not the feedback that I need. Maybe there's a different piece of feedback. I actually posted on our Facebook group just this morning. There's so many ways. I put a bullet point list of different ways that you can see the progress that you're making, because it doesn't always have to do with the scale. So sometimes it's a matter of shifting your perspective in the way that you choose to see things that impacts what you do next.
Yeah.
So I hope that you guys can learn from our own experience. Also, I would love to know, is this better for you guys? Is it clear? Is it smooth? Is it going well? Connection is perfect now. So maybe the lesson for us is just go live on YouTube and share the YouTube with everybody. We love Facebook, yay Facebook, but who knows?
So here's the reality. Weight loss is not your problem. How you respond to life is what you need to learn. You guys, if you've lost and gained weight, you already know how to lose weight. However, if you're feeling stuck or you're not sure how to take it to the next level, I'm telling you, weight loss is not your problem. How you respond to life is your problem. And how you do one thing will determine how you do everything. How you do everything will determine the consequence, the outcome of your life, right? So your body today is literally just an outcome of how you've responded to life up till now. Okay, so know that wherever you're at, let's say if you're not where you currently want to be, which is why you're here, that's okay. That's why you're here.
And sometimes it's just a lack of knowledge. Like, we're here to give you a lot of understanding and insight to what most of the diet culture doesn't teach.
Yeah.
They're teaching a lot about macros and calories and, calories in, calories out, glycemic index of foods. Fruit has sugar, so you shouldn't eat it. Like, we get so confused, and we're here to kind of put that stuff aside, those details aside, because those details only matter when you are like a high level athlete, or really trying to achieve some kind of very specific, detailed, high level goal that requires all, like, paying attention to all of those tiny details.
Yeah.
But before we get there, those things don't matter yet. So we're just going to set them aside, calories and this and that.
Yeah. So, to top off what you said, what, like diet culture preaches is, and by the way, none of that is wrong. That's important to note. It's the mechanics. And so many of us, when we go into this, we get so wrapped up in the mechanics, and we, either forget or don't have the tools to focus on the big picture. So you see, it all starts with your vision. That is the big picture. Because what happens if you do macros and you're off by 5 grams of carbs? Are you just going to say, oh, well, I'm already off by 5 grams. Like, why not just go off by 50 grams? So you see, it's how you think that changes everything. It is how you think that allows you to focus on the light when there is darkness. It is how you think that helps you to find blessings in adversities. Okay, so I want to know from you guys, are you ready to get this party started? Because we're going to teach you how to class it up And we are going to begin by talking about what is your vision? Where are you going?
Can you let them see that? These are for sure dry erase markers because I don't know where our Sharpies are. I think they're downstairs.
Where are you going? Oops. And why are you going? Because you're going to hit a roadblock. You're going to hit a roadblock. You just saw what happened to Aaron and I. We are so focused on our vision, which is to transform the lives of millions of people through the same movement, nutrition, and lifestyle habits that have transformed ours. And when shit breaks, does it feel good? No, it doesn't.
But you find another route.
Not only do you find another route, choosing to class it up and continue to move. Perhaps when you're feeling embarrassed with yourself. For some of you guys, this is your first experience. And we take full responsibility for that. How do you continue to show up when you're feeling embarrassed?
I would love to know who's a first timer here. I saw it. You guys posted it. That chat is gone. It went away. Bye-bye. But when we say create a vision, what we mean is, what do you want? What is the goal that you're seeking? And it can be lose weight. But I heard something this week that was really, really profound to me, and I had never heard it said this way. The difference between ordinary and extraordinary what lives right here are the details. What lives between ordinary and extraordinary are the details. How much weight? By when do you want to lose it? Why do you want to lose that much? What clothes size are you wearing by that point? Like, get the details.
What is the significance of that? So, real quick, we're going to share with you what does this week look like so you can set an expectation, and then we're going to go deep dive into the teaching. So, today we're going to talk about how to make motivation not be the thing that you continue to rely on time and time again. Okay? Because if we were to show up only when we're motivated and when things go our way, guess what? We wouldn't be on right now.
We would not show up 6 out of 7 days of the week.
Okay? And this goes for everybody, right? Tomorrow we're going to talk about how to make getting in shape less of an uphill battle. So you flow into it. So it's fun. So it's exciting. Even on days when you're feeling tired, sore, and not your best. Okay. Day number 3, how are we going to get a grip over our emotions so that, we can gain control over emotional eating, stress eating, binge eating, the whole ordeal.
That's day 4?
That's day 3.
3.
Day 4.
Such a good day.
Day 4, we're going to talk about how to stop falling off the wagon.
And we're going to have a special.
Yes. So towards the end of the week, we're going to have special, we're going to do a lot of special things for you guys. It's going to be
special. Okay.
Yes. So I want to hear from you guys. Like, who in here has said to themselves before, I was so good until I fell off the wagon? Let me see you drop a W in the chat. I'd love to know.
Falling off the wagon can be, I moved states. I started dating somebody. I went on vacation. I lost my job. I got a new job and I got really busy. I had a kid. Any of those until blank.
Yeah.
I was doing really well. And then this thing happened.
Yeah.
And maybe it's been several things. For me, it was several things. It was probably all of the above except for having kids, because I don't have kids yet. So.
Okay, I see a lot of W's. And then on day number 5, we're going to talk about how do we continue to press forward when we want to quit. Mm-hmm. Okay. So
imagine you get on the scale and you don't see the right number, and your past self would have quit, and your now self learns how to navigate through that scenario in your mind so that you don't get wrapped up in what's happening below your feet, and you have a different perspective to be able to move forward and keep going. Do you think you have more of a chance of getting to your goals if you keep starting over, or if you just kind of kept going? Even if you didn't know if it was working, a lot of times we're like, yeah, I don't know if it's working, or it's not for me, or this or that. And maybe we have a little bit of the wrong approach, but maybe sometimes we just need to be patient. Maybe sometimes we just need to be patient because what we're doing hasn't clicked with our bodies yet. And so we want to share with you perspectives throughout this entire week that are going to help you to continue moving forward, seeing things in a way that is helpful and productive to you rather than damaging and makes you want to quit. Sound good? Drop a party people in the chat if you're good with that.
It doesn't
The
matter.
red pill or the blue pill?
Sure. So I want to know from you guys, who in here has been told before anything along the lines of, oh, honey, like, why bother trying? It's just in our genes. Or who's been told before, oh, like, why even bother trying? You've been trying for so long and you've only gotten this far. Why bother? Or perhaps you've been told, oh, like, you know, like us people are just meant to be this way. You're changing. Have you heard any of these things before? Yes, you have.
You're obsessed.
Okay, so let me tell you something.
Be careful. Don't lose too much weight.
So let me tell you something. The biggest problem that everyone is facing right now is called our environment. And I'll tell you why. But also with the biggest problem comes the greatest opportunity. So we're going to talk about the opportunity in just a second. Okay? Because, you know, you have a vision for yourself. Let's say you want to drop 40 pounds so that you can, you know, get off of high blood pressure medication so that you can feel more confident that you'll be around for your kids.
Ooh, why bother? You're beautiful the way that you are.
Yeah, yeah. So, you know, like maybe you have a vision, but, you know, if you're hearing things like, oh, why bother? You're beautiful just the way you are. And meanwhile, you know that like your body is sick, then you're always going to hesitate. And all that's going to happen is as soon as an adversity is going to come your way, you're going to stop. Okay. So now we've already said that this is not a diet. This is not a workout program. Yes, you know, we're going to give you tactics with nutrition. Yes, we're going to give you tactics with regards to working out. However, you need to understand that this is a lifestyle change. And your current environment has shaped you to be who you are. And in order for you to create that vision for yourself, we are going to need to step into a different environment. So I want to share with you the impact that the current state of our environment has literally shaped all of us. Did you guys know, according to Dr. Furman, we've interviewed him literally a week and a half ago. He's an incredible doctor. And like, he's one of the most well-known and well-respected guys in the nutrition space. So according to the CDC, 68% of Americans are considered to be overweight. So now Dr. Furman had mentioned that these are the average standards. And because society is getting so sick, the average standards are actually sick. So what I want to share with you guys is the fact that only 2% of Americans are considered to be healthy. Something to think about. 40% of Americans are taking at least one medication for chronic disease. At least one. 42% of Americans are morbidly obese. So give me just 1 second. These numbers are alarming because if we're talking 98%, let me tell you something. Our current standards have touched you. They've touched your loved ones. And you know who they're touching? Your kids. This is not just about you. This is so much bigger than you. And I want to know if we have any parents in the chat.
Put a P in the chat.
Put a P if you're a parent. Let me tell you something. You understanding how this game works is not only transformative for you, it is also transformative for the next generation. Because you see, we are a byproduct of our habits, and how we show up for ourselves teaches our kids how they're going to show up for themselves. Because in life, you get what you tolerate. So if you're tolerating what society has instilled in you, then your kids are tolerating that too. And you guys, I'm not here to scare you. I'm here to empower you with the opportunity that you have, because we have truly transformed thousands of lives, and we're not stopping because we need you to be successful. Okay? Because this is so much bigger than all of us. You see what I mean?
And look, like a lot of you, I saw so many P's, all the parents, like shout out to all the parents. Or if you want to be a parent, know that you're also a leader to them. And so we want to help you to be able to lead yourself better, to be able to take care of yourself. Yes, of course, get to your weight loss and body transformation goals, because we all want to look sexy naked. I've never met anybody who's like, no, thanks, I'll pass on that. And now your definition of sexy is maybe different than mine or Sarit's or whatever. And that's totally fine. It's not our job to tell you how you want to be. It's our job to help you to achieve how you want to be. All right. Now, I know that you all care about your kids. And oftentimes when we start this journey, we think like, I'm doing it so that I can look better. I'm doing it so that I can feel better. I'm doing it. Sometimes we have some kind of scare with our life. I'm doing it because I had a stroke or a heart attack and I was able to live through it. And oh my God, I don't want that again. I'm doing it because my doctor said, if I keep going this direction, I'm going to become diabetic and I don't want to do that. So sometimes that motivates us, but I'll tell you, your kids will always motivate you. You do anything for them. I know it. And so this is probably one of the greatest things that you can do for them, is to do good for you here. And all you have to do, remember, we're releasing perfection. We're releasing perfection. And by the way, I wrote beautiful versus best. And here you heard a Beauty and the Beast is beauty and the best. Because yes, you are beautiful, but if you don't feel like you're your best, then you have every right to want to improve that without somebody telling you that that's not okay. It's okay to want to lose weight. It's taboo now. And it's like, you should just love yourself the way you are. And yes, I do agree with that to an extent, but how much can we truly say that we're loving ourselves if we're feeding ourselves poison? Please don't get upset with me. It's a question. It's a question just for us to consider. How much do we love ourselves if we don't move our bodies, if we don't take care of our bodies? You want to know the true definition of self-love and self-respect is genuinely taking care of you. It's not just me time. It's, you know, if I'm eating McDonald's or Carl's Jr. or Jack in the Box or Taco Bell, which I used to do like 3 times or more per week, no shit. If we're doing those things, is it really loving ourselves? And so I say this often, we don't get happy because we lost weight. So a lot of times I would love to know like why you guys want to lose weight, like what, or transform your body in some way. What benefits are you going to get on the other end of it? that you came into this initially thinking, when you saw the ad or whatever it was that inspired you to sign up for this? What was the inspiration for you to sign up for this originally? I want to lose weight because why? Or I want to try and change my body somehow because why? I want to look better in the mirror. I want to like what I see. I want my clothes to fit better. I don't want to have to try on 13,000 outfits before I finally find something that hides like this lump and this thing and that thing. That's how I used to get dressed. I can't wear this because it shows my thing here. I can't wear that because it shows the thing here. And I got the thing there, So what was your intention originally? Better health, feel good in my own skin, mental changes, total transformation.
So
I want to complete this circle real quick.
Okay.
So you don't all of a sudden get these things because you lost weight. Your body transforms because you learn how to do all the other things that are genuinely self-love and self-respect. All right. So this is what we're here to teach you how to do. And sometimes it's just seeing something that you already know is there. It already exists. Everything is in you that you need to achieve what you want. We just need to show you how to see it in a way that's productive for you.
Yeah.
Fair?
So it's time for us to, when it comes to your vision, okay, it's time for us to, think less of it in terms of superficial and rather take it one step deeper. Okay. Because you guys, 98% of Americans, according to Dr. Furman, are considered to be sick, unwell. Okay. And there is the sickness, there's the wellness, and there is the fitness spectrum. Okay. You can run 6 miles a day and still be sick. If you're not treating your body and mind right, if you're talking down on yourself, if you're manipulating yourself so that you can eat certain foods and, maybe your cholesterol is high, you're not well. Okay, so we are here to help you think about this journey in a different way, because if it hasn't already, it will touch your home. Can you drop a T in the chat if this has already touched your home? Perhaps this is you. Perhaps it's your spouse. Perhaps it's your parents. Perhaps it's your kids. You guys, autoimmune disease is on the rise. Why? That is literally a byproduct of our parents not knowing how to feed us better. So our body is now fighting us. So many women currently, struggle with autoimmune disease. Why? Because our parents didn't know any better. So you see, 2 generations ago, food started to become more processed. And now, while technology is so incredible, okay, technology is also processing, not just the food that you're eating, but also the information that you're consuming in a way that's extremely manipulative. And this is why it's important that on day 1, we talk about the force that is unseen, that is literally taking charge of all of us, unless we choose to take charge of it. Okay? Because if it hasn't already touched your home, it will. And imagine if in our current generation, right? Like we are already, so many women, like 30% of women have autoimmune disease, like 40% of Americans are taking at least one medication for, chronic disease, which is like, diabetes. By the way, Alzheimer's is, diabetes type 3. I'm not sure if you know this. What is that?
This is a space where Sarit can stand.
Oh, got it.
They can also see your beautiful writing.
Got it. Okay. Like there's an increased rate of cancer. Like why? You guys, it's because we haven't been told how to think better. So, we continue to do the same thing over and over and over again. And we continue to act more impulsively. We continue to be more in the busyness. So what I want to encourage you and enlighten you to think about is, rather than all the things that I need to do, I need to run, for example, run 6 miles a day, right? Maybe somebody told you that. Run 6 miles a day so that you burn 1,000 calories. Or you need to, do a certain diet. Or you need to, drink this juice. Do, okay? Okay, all of this is mechanics.
You guys, we had some slides for you.
All of this is the mechanics, which may not be wrong, but this is not the thing that transforms your life, okay? So instead, what I encourage you to think about is the who do I need to be, okay? So when we talk about the being, I want you to think in terms of, who does this person surround themselves with on a difficult day?
We say this all the time. It's not about the weight you lose, but who you become in the process. Who you become in the process will be the determining factor of what happens with your body.
Yeah. So, like who you surround yourself with on a difficult day, right? How are you treating your mind right so you can think positively when there's so much negativity around you? How are you treating your body right so that you can take care of it, and so that, as a society, we can move away from the 98% of sickness curve and closer to the wellness curve? You see, the only way for us to do that is to be a certain way. And we're not telling you to be different, because you should be exactly who you are. And if you've wanted to lose weight before, and I know this from my own personal story, we'll share more of that more of that tomorrow. Chances are is that you've been told to be a different person. Am I right?
So,
and what we are here to share with you is that you do not need to be a different person. You need to be you. You just need to focus on the being.
You get to be you,
rather than get lost in the minutia mechanics, because all of us have. When I was in the minutia mechanics, I repeated the same cycle over and over again. Okay. But when I chose to be a different person, in 6 months, everything changed for me. Do you want that for yourself? I want to know. Drop a yes in the chat if you know that you want that for yourself. Please go ahead.
So today we're setting the foundation so that you can understand the biggest umbrella overlying thing or component that is going to impact your transformation. I see all you yeses. So look, who you become, what you think about yourself, the thoughts that you have about yourself. Who are your friends? Who are the people that you hang out with? What are the TV shows you watch? Do you listen to the radio? Do you watch the news? What are the activities that you're doing? Are you going to the bar on the weekend to get smashed and forget about your life, and then wake up the next day wishing that you hadn't, praying, God, I swear I'll never do it again until next weekend. And that used to be me, by the way. I'm not judging any of you. This is me. Please, God, if you help me to not throw up right now, I swear I'll never drink again. For real. What's on your social media? Who are you following on your social media? Is it inspiring? Is it deflating? Is it defeating? Does it help you? Is it motivating? Is it productive, right? So like all of these things make up, and more. This is not an exhaustive list, but all of these things make up who we are. Who do we hang out with? What do we say about ourselves? You know, how do we respond to certain situations? Are we reactive all the time? Are we playing defense all the time? You can't win playing defense, because offense is what scores points. Boom. Offense scores points.
So we earlier we told you to class it up, and we're not saying that you're not classy, just a matter of we can all do better. So, you know, who you're being determines how are you showing up for you.
What would be another way? What's another way to say class it up? If you were to describe that, how you mean
level up.
Okay.
Level up with more finesse. Level up with more finesse. So, you know, like, who are you being? Who are you being for you? Tomorrow we're going to be talking about how have you been for you, so that you can start focusing on who are you being for you. Because you see, how you're being for you, I'll tell you this, okay? Your relationship with yourself determines your relationship with everything.
Let it soak in. Say it again for the people in the back.
Your relationship with yourself determines your relationship with everything. So you see, if how you are being with yourself, for yourself, is compromised, then how are you being for your kids is also compromised. And how are you being for your loved ones is compromised. And how you're being in the workplace is also compromised. And I know very damn well that if you're a parent, you have probably already gone above and beyond for your kids. Am I right? However, if you're not being your best you for you, then the truth is that you're not being the best you for your kids either. And I can almost guarantee you that that is the last thing that you want. So this beingness is so much bigger than you. And what we're going to do in today's challenge, we're going to get to it in just a second, is we're going to help you get clear with your vision, so that you can start, you know, like inserting in your mind, like, who am I declaring to be? Who am I declaring to be? Because you see, for 10 years, when I've done the same thing over and over and over again, being stuck with the minutia, and I wasn't focused on the being, I was just focused on the doing, I kept on manifesting the same thing over and over again. And when I started, you know, paying attention and really channeling, okay, the beingness part, like, what is my vision for the person that I'm choosing to be? I started showing up differently for myself. And when you start showing up differently for you, things start to change. Okay. And, you know, over the next 5 days, we're going to talk about some of the things that you're going to come across when you make that decision. However, today we're going to help you to get clear. And today we're going to help you to build some momentum, because here's the reality, and write this down if you have a notebook. To the degree that you're able to see, you will follow. For example, when you drive your car, let's say if you want to drive your car from California to New York, if you cannot see New York in front of you, then you are being obstructed from getting there. So what do? You're like, okay, I'm going to go from this street that I can see to the next lane that I can see to the next lane, and on it goes. And something with regards to your vision is that as your vision unfolds and you move forward, your vision is also going to expand. And that is the beauty of it. So like, if you're like, I feel stuck, I'll tell you it's because you probably like have never even considered this thing called vision. You're so focused on the doingness rather than the beingness that, you know, you haven't created a vision for yourself. Or perhaps you have, but, you know, maybe your vision has been created by other people. So I've heard from so many of you guys that, you know, like when we got on our journey for the first time, like we all had this magic number. Like when I get to this number, for me, my number was 125. I was like, but the day the scale will say 125,
I will be worthy.
There's going to be rainbows and butterflies and everything will change. And what happens? 125 never came. Now, we're going to talk about this whole game of the scale and all of that in the next couple of days. That's not the point. The point is that, like Aaron said earlier, it's not about the weight that you lose, but who you become in the process. And who you become has everything to do with your vision for how are you being. Okay? Because to the degree that you can see, you can act on. Just like driving your car. Okay? So shall we talk about what's coming up, or is there anything else that you want to add?
So check this out, you guys. Something else that we're also doing is a VIP room. I don't know if you guys need more than this afterwards. Today's a little bit weird and unplanned on parts because of the little hiccup that we had. I'm grateful that we have found a solution. But if you guys want to, I saw Shannon Hill was like, I want to hang out with you guys all day. What we decided at last minute, so some of you may not have heard about it. If you don't want to do it, that's completely fine, totally cool. If you do, great. I'm going to give you the information right now. We're doing a backstage pass, which is a VIP experience of this challenge. It's $47. And we also decided to do morning live workouts. So if y'all were in the live workout, let us know. It's very intimate right now because we just decided over the weekend and we were like, how do we get it all put together? Let's go. They need it. We want to give you everything that you could possibly need to be successful on this journey. And maybe that's a little bit more time with us in an intimate setting where you can ask questions, where you can say, hey, here's my situation. Hey, I have menopause. Hey, I have, 3 kids and one of them has been diagnosed with some kind of disability, or like whatever the situation is for you, what are the hurdles that you're experiencing, the opportunity to be able to ask us those questions and also learn from the answers from the questions that other people ask us. Eldab, can you drop the link to the backstage pass sign up? Just check it out if you want to check it out. The workouts that we're doing are at 8:30 a.m. Eastern. So that's 7:30 Central, 6:30 Mountain, 5:30 Pacific. Yeah, get your booty up. Wake up call.
And also all VIP experiences are being recorded and will be sent out to you. Okay. So if you're like, for some reason, I'm unable to join the backstage pass after this or the morning workout, that will be sent back to you. So know that, it will be recorded. So basically just more value, get closer to the source, be able to get hot seated, ask questions, and really have more intimacy. And the reason why we, had chosen to do this, because to us, what matters is building a relationship with you. Okay. So remember, if 98% of, this country is, currently in this state of sickness, then we need you to be successful so that we can all come together and it's all about the ripple effect. You know what I mean? So it's important that, we build relationships with you, because to the degree that we're able to create a deeper relationship with you, we're going to be able to take you further. That's the truth. So, strongly encourage for you to join it. Because you're going to get a lot of value in it. So now,
and our VIP peeps, we're going to be a little behind today. Thanks for your patience, but it's all going to be recorded and we're going to come over to you when the live stream is done.
Yeah. And we'll give you the extra time. You already know we do that. So let's talk about, today's challenge and what that looks like. So basically, after we reveal to you the challenge, you have 24 hours to complete it and get it done. And remember, it's all about your beingness. Okay. However, there are certain things that your beingness is encouraged to do in order for you to become that person. And now, our encouragement is do your best to do your best and just embrace this journey. So so for day number 1, okay, each and every single day in this challenge, you're going to have 3 action steps for you to focus on. And
we will also, maybe you were just going to say this.
What?
We're also going to post these in the Facebook group for you guys to be able to see. We had some slides for you. It didn't all turn out the way that we had expected. That's okay. Everything happens on purpose. And so we can also share those slides with you. You can share the challenge with you so that you can get a visual of it. I'm not sure how to share the screen on this right now. So if you
Coach Danny, you've got it.
Yeah. If you forget something or it doesn't make sense, don't panic. We're going to post it on the Facebook group. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Danny, can you confirm in the chat if you are willing to drop today's challenge? So day number 1, okay, you have 3 action steps for you to execute on. Okay. The first one, okay, is going to be workout related. Okay. So in this challenge, do note that you have been provided with a series of workouts. Now, if you're VIP, you're also getting to do the workouts live with us. However, everybody gets a workout no matter what. So, can you just remind me if this was in their welcome email, all of these resources?
Yes.
So you've gotten your resources, one of which is the workouts, okay? And literally all you should do when you download that sheet is just hit this QR code, or just literally like hit it right now, scan it, and it will take you to the Rise Above workout program, okay? So basically for your workout is you can either do that if you are already doing something that you know that you love, that's working for you. Awesome. Keep doing that. We're not going to tell you what to do. What matters is the intention. Okay. No. Now, let's say you're injured, or maybe doctor's order, like, maybe you had a surgery a week ago and you're here to learn how to get healthier, take better care of yourself. Listen, do the right thing. This is not about you being perfect. This is about you doing the right thing. So, if doing a workout is not the right thing for you right now, that's okay. Okay. So that's step number 1. Now,
step 1 is 30 minutes of intentional movement. So intentional movement doesn't have to mean you bust your ass in a workout and you crush yourself.
Yeah.
30 minutes of intentional movement is 30 minutes of something outside of your normal daily activities. So if you already actually work out regularly, then great. You don't have to do an extra 30 minutes. But what I'm saying is don't sell yourself short and be like, oh, well, I walked up 3 flights of stairs a couple of times today because that's what I do at work. You already do that. Your body's already used to it. You're already accustomed to it. If you want to break it up and you want to do 15 minutes of something and then 15 minutes of something later, okay, you've accumulated 30 minutes, but don't be like, okay, I parked far from the grocery store so that I had to walk an extra 100 feet and then count that. My challenge to you is to do 30 minutes of intentional, it is something you get yourself to do that is movement. You get your heart rate up a little bit. Maybe you sweat a little bit. For some of you, you're going to sweat a lot, and that's okay. Each person is going to look different, but I just want you to challenge yourself with this. Okay. If it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you.
Okay. So step 2 is called the Raise Your Standards exercise. Okay. Your standards determine who you're being. So there's a couple steps to this exercise, and that's why Coach Danny is going to drop it on the main page. So the first thing that we're going to do, remember, to the degree that you're able to see, you will act upon. So you're going to create your vision, and your vision is, what do I want to achieve And who do I need to become to do it?
By when?
By the end of this year. By the end of 2023, what is it that you want to achieve? And who do you need to become this year? Easy to say, I want to drop 40 pounds. Or, by December 31st, 2023, I've dropped 40 pounds. Okay. Like, who do you need to become in order to do that? Okay. Because this will help you to get intimate with your why. Okay. So the next thing that we're going to do to raise our standards in order to start creating momentum so you can move in that direction is we're going to eliminate what doesn't serve you while reaching up to those who support you. And this is what it's going to look like, you guys. Okay. We're going to raise our standards in two ways with regards to your food and with regards to your surroundings, because you are a byproduct of your environment. So we're raising our food standards and our clutter standards. So with regards to food standards, what you're going to do is you're going to make a list, okay, of 5 food items that are in your kitchen that you eat the most.
That you use regularly.
Yes. The 5 things that you use the most, okay? And then for each of them, what you're going to do is you're going to rate each of them on a scale of 1 to 5 with regards to how aligned is it with that person that you are inspired to become. So for example, what if you have a blueberry muffin every single morning for breakfast and your intention is to drop 40 pounds by the end of 2023? Is it in alignment? I'm not going to tell you true yes or no. You get to make that decision. However, you get to rate it so it becomes more logical and less emotional, because let's be honest, we're all emotionally attached to our food. So 5 means it helps me to get ahead. Okay. 3 means neither this nor that. Okay. 1 is it hurts me. If you're like, dude, that blueberry muffin,
it takes me backwards.
Is a 1, then okay. Now you're clear. So out of those 5 foods, you're going to get rid of anything that's less than a 3. So if you're like, dude, blueberry muffin, 1, okay, get rid of it. Okay.
You don't need to do everything in your house. We're just telling you the top 5 things.
See, in order for me to get from this spot to this spot, I need to give up the spot that I was in. So if you're currently in this spot and the next spot that you're seeking to reach to is 40 pounds, then there are things that you need to get rid of. Okay. And food plays a huge impact on the current state of your health and your body. Okay. So you're going to do that to 5 foods. Which ones do you use the most? Rate each of them from 1 to 5. Anything that's less than a 3, then we eliminate. Toss it in the trash, give it to your neighbor, donate it. We're not telling you how to do it. It just, if it's in your environment, you're going to consume it. Okay. And then clutter standards. You're going to get rid of 2 things in your house that you've been holding on to that you haven't used for the past 90 days. So for example, let's see. Do I have anything in this drawer that I haven't used for the last 90 days?
Have you used this?
This is yours. That's why I haven't touched it.
Used it.
Okay, so we should get rid of it. Okay, we're going to get rid of it. Aaron and I play this game all the time. Okay.
Especially when we move.
Because when we hold on to clutter, guess what? It's energy. It's energy that we tolerate.
And it takes up space.
And it takes away the state of newness in your life, right? So it declutters your mind. And when your mind is decluttered, you, on a subconscious level, make compromised decisions. And let's say if your goal is like, okay, by December 31st, 2023, I have dropped 40 pounds, in order for me to be able to play with my kids every single afternoon and not feel like I'm going to get a heart attack, right? Something like that. Then you're going to need to become a better decision maker, because what if Linda in the office is like, hey, Gina, eat that donut? Like, how are you going to make decisions that are going to help you to get closer to your goals when you're starting to face difficult moments? Do you see what I mean? So in order for you to do that, it's important that your state, your surroundings are in more alignment, because when your environment is clear around your mind, you make better decisions. Okay, so remember, we told you weight loss is not your problem. Okay, there is a problem beneath that we have to solve. And also, the greater the problem, the bigger the opportunity. Okay, so we are here to inspire you guys. We are here to empower you guys.
We're here to energize you guys, love you guys, support you guys, and show you that you can believe in yourself. Let us believe in you first. Absorb our belief in you. We've been there. We've been in the depths, and we know what it's like to come out of it, thinking at one point in our lives, is this the way that it's going to be forever? Shit.
By the way, I see we have a Gina. Gina, do know that I'm not calling you out. I have this thing where it's like the go-to like imaginary friend that I have is Gina. So if you feel called out, then hey, it's really from love. It's my imaginary friends. I've had them, for all I've known, and I've been called a weirdo for that. I've been told that things are wrong with me. I've been told that I'm crazy. And guess what? When you embrace who you are, you show up as your best you in the long run. Authenticity. And what we are here to, show you is that regardless of, whichever current life obstacle you're running into or through, number one, yes, you can. We're going to share with you our stories over the next 5 days. And when you're going to hear a little bit of where we've come from, you're going to realize that in the case that you haven't already, that we are real people just like you.
Hopefully you've been able to tell already that we're real people. And to be honest, some of the feedback that we get from our community, like you beautiful ES Army members, ES Army, is that you appreciate so much that we're just real. We're just us. There's no gimmick. There's no fake. When you meet us in real life, which I hope that we get to meet all of you that we haven't yet already, and to see those of you again who we already have met in person, we're literally the same exact people.
What you see is what you get. We have nothing to hide. And you go ahead.
And the thing is, though, this is the opportunity that we want to give to you. How much greater would life be if you didn't have to try to pretend? Like, how much greater would life be when you can just wake up and be free to be you? And somebody's not going to like it. Somebody somewhere is not going to like it. But imagine how it will feel to just know when you go to sleep at night, like, I'm fully, authentically, genuinely me. And I don't have to hide anything. I don't have to pretend any of my life. I don't have to fake anything. And then when I go home, like, be a completely different person, I can always just be me. That's the opportunity that is here for you if you don't already have that in your life.
All right. So for hitting those, 3 action steps. Oh, and then action step number 3. So
we got all mixed up because of the beginning.
So the third thing is you're going to make a post on the Facebook group, because you need to reach up to support. Okay. We're going to eliminate what doesn't serve you, and we're going to reach up to what's going to help you to get ahead. Okay. You guys, if this is your first time doing this challenge, you better stick, especially to the veterans who've done this before, because let them pour belief in you. They have been there, done that, and that's why they're still here, because they know that the only way for all of us to make a bigger impact so that we can start going from the sickness curve to the wellness curve is when we all collaborate and join arms and raise one another up. Okay. So you're going to make a post in the Facebook group Okay. And you're going to share what is it that you're going to achieve this year and who is it that you need to become. And also, what did you end up getting rid of in terms of things in your house? 2 things in your house, and then 5 foods.
So how long do they have to eliminate those for?
1 day.
1 day.
Only for the next 24 hours.
That's all we're asking. So don't think like,
only for the next 24 hours you're doing it.
And to that, I want to say one more thing. That one of the core principles that we have with this journey is that if you don't feel like you can do something for the rest of your life, don't start there. You can work your way there, but don't start there. So this is not something that most of you want to give up rice, wine, chocolate, chips.
We did not ask you to do that.
Whatever it is.
We did not ask you to do that.
That's not something that you would want to give up for the rest of your life currently. Then don't start there. We're just asking you to do it for 1 day. All right. And the fact that you will have eliminated things from your house will give you kind of a fresh start, a blank slate to say, do I want to invite those things back into my house? And if you choose to, then okay, but it gives you a fresh slate to give you an opportunity to say, do I want to invite those things back in?
It's about creating an environment that allows you to show up as that person that, is in your vision. And, you guys, the truth is that if you are eliminating 5 foods in your house, and I'm just going to be honest about it, like if you have 5 foods to eliminate in your pantry and your fridge, guarantee you have at least 20 more. Okay.
And Sarit knows all the things.
Okay. So maybe this is like more of a generalization, but I just, what I mean to say by that is if you're recognizing that there are a few foods in your house that have a lower quality, what I mean to share by that is that chances are that there are more foods in your house that are like that. So this is probably a bigger conversation for us to have later on. And the whole purpose of doing today's challenge is to simply confront, because we cannot change what we do not confront. So if you're like, oh, I only have 1 thing that's less than a 3, awesome. Then you already know, kind of like from a, kitchen nutritional standpoint, where you're standing. Now, perhaps you might need to uncover a few things. However, the whole purpose of this is to just showcase to you, where are you currently standing? Okay. That's all I got.
Yeah. So just to recap and be clear, the challenge for today is 3 parts, and there's 3 points that you can accumulate. The first point is, did you do your 30 minutes of intentional activity? Yes. Check. I know you love to check boxes. Step 2, another point, raise your standards exercise. So the 5 foods, you're rating the 5 foods, eliminating anything that's a 3 or less, a 3 or less. So anything below a 4. And then 2 things from your environment.
Yes.
And that's 1 point. Check. And then the third one is making a Facebook post that talks about
your vision. Okay.
And what you got rid of.
And what you got rid of, if anything.
Vision. What do you want? Why is that important? What are the details? And what you ditched.
Okay.
Another point. Check.
And you guys, we're about to go to the backstage pass. So we encourage you to join it if you want to spend more time with us. If not, that's totally fine.
I really want you to join it. I'm just going to say that.
I really want you to join it too.
Why do I want you to join it? Because Sarit and I can talk forever, but we want to talk to you if you want to listen. We also want to interact with you. We don't just want to talk at you and then read your comments, even though that's amazing and great and it's very helpful and it works. We want to have conversations with you. We want to get into that relationship with you, because in those moments we have a true opportunity to say, what is standing in your way and how can we help you see through that in a way that has never been shown to you before. So the link is in the chat, emunastrength.com/backstage. So you can go to that link. It's $47. We're also going to give you, I think one of the bonuses is our goal setting workshop that we did live. And there's a bunch of other stuff. So it's 100% worth it. Even if you just like do the workouts, or even if you just do the time where we're going to go into right now after the live stream, have an opportunity to ask questions, learn from other people's questions. Also, you start creating the circle of people around you who get you, who are on the same journey as you, who understand you, who aren't going to say, oh, come on, life's too short, live a little, like just eat the brownie. If you say no to the alcohol, they're not going to say, why? Like they're gonna be like, okay, cool, I get it. Like imagine eliminating the resistance that you have in your life from the things that other people say or do, or the way that other people make you feel when you're trying to do this journey. Makes it harder for you sometimes. If you've got a tough environment, your spouse maybe is not on board with wanting to do the same things that you're doing in this journey, makes it a little tougher, right? If you've got parents or siblings or cousins or whoever, in your life who say things, the comments that they make you feel like you're wrong for wanting to do better, wanting to be better. Then what you do when you go into the backstage is that you expand your sphere of people in your close network that understand where you're going, and you don't have to fight so many different battles so hard because you've got that extra layer of support. So that's why I want you to do the backstage. It is invaluable. And if you want to go even further with us beyond that, some of you guys saw the offer for the Raw Transformation Program. We'll talk to you guys more about that later this week. There's so many layers that we can go with you guys, and each of you is very different, and where you want to go is going to be different, and how much you want to do is going to be different. And we have full respect for that. All right. People's finances are different. So this free part is going to be amazing for some of you. The backstage is going to be amazing for some of you. Some of you are going to go all the way and you're going to do the Raw Transformation Program. Either way, you guys, we have hundreds of videos on YouTube that are free. We've got our Facebook group for support. We give things away often. So no matter what, just stay in the community, absorb the energy, and really make friends and put yourself out there a little bit. I can promise you, this is a very safe space. It's sometimes nerve-wracking to post in a group where you don't know people. You kind of want to hide in the shadows. We call it lurking. And, you want to watch what everybody else is doing. And then you watch everybody else get results and you wonder why you're not. It's because you're not participating. It's because you're not engaging. And I will tell you 100% of the time, the people who we see the most, the people who are engaging, you don't have to spend your entire life on Facebook. No, it's not what I'm asking. I actually discourage that. But spending the time that you need in the spaces with the people and the accountability and the support that you need to help you get to where you want to be. Remember, not just for you. Remember, not just for you. Yes, you are the first part of this because you have to take care of you before you can take care of anybody else. No doubt about it. The better you can take care of yourself, the better you can take care of anybody else in your life. Guaranteed. I've lived it. The better I take care of me, the better I can take care of you. The better Sri takes care of herself, the better she can show up for you. The better she can deliver information to you so that you actually can make progress with it. So I encourage you, jump into the Backstage Pass. Let's drop the link one more time. If you don't, please just keep showing up for the 5 days. We're going to keep giving and giving and giving and giving and pouring into you. We've got a lot of surprises that we've never done on this challenge before coming up in the later half of this week. So stick around. We really want to help make this transformation. There was a reason you came here. You raised your hand and you said, hey, whatever I see here on this Facebook ad or Instagram thing, or a friend shared it. Thanks to the friend. Thanks, friend. What a good friend. By the way, if you're getting value from this, please share it with somebody else. Share this video, click the share button, copy the link, put it on your Facebook, share this with a friend, text it to them because you care about them, because you love them. And we'll be back tomorrow.
Yeah. And I just want to add one more thing to, like, do the post in the Facebook group, and I'll tell you why. To top of what Erin said, earlier today we told you that weight loss is a game, and we are here to teach you how the game works in a way that will really move our culture and nation towards the wellness curve. That is truly our intention. And just like any game, be it a basketball game, a football game, whatever it may be, you cannot win at the game playing from the sidelines. You have to get in the field, right? So, you making that post in the TKC group is more than just, oh yeah, like I want to be the one who gets 3 points every day. No, this is about you going all in and playing the game fully, because if you want to score, you got to get in the field. You can't just I'm doing it from the sidelines. Like, you can look good. I'm not saying that you can't look good, right? However, you will not be the ones scoring. And it's not just about one day, right? Like, the 5 days are just the Kickstarter for what happens, for the next 50 days and 500 days, right? Because a vision becomes a reality through consistent action. So we are here to provide you the soil so that you can plant your seed. In the TKC, we plant the seed.
And if you're not getting all the points, good.
That's okay.
Good. You're just reminding yourself you're a human being.
Just playing the game, because when you don't score a goal, you can still show up and have an amazing game.
I want to share a quick story before we wrap up.
Okay.
Sri and I have a productivity sheet where we track targets that we have, and we put literally points. We play this game with ourselves. And I had a target to, so I don't believe I have this habit anymore. Well, maybe I still do. I don't know, but I'm working on it. Of picking at my skin. I will pick, and if I felt a bump, I'll pick it off, bam, and I'll make myself bleed. And it was a terrible habit. And I'll get things on my face, and I'll pick them all off, and I have things on my arm. And I made a target for myself. Okay, I have an allowance to pick off a scab 3 times a day. 3 times. That'd be hey, if you eat fast food right now, 5 times a week, we're going to go to 4 times a week. You'd be really? I can still eat fast food? I thought I had to cut it all out. It's about taking the next step forward. Remember, progress is not just measured by what the scale says. Progress is measured by the action that you take and how much better you are getting over time.
Yeah.
So now, let me tell you this. I failed on the first day. 0! I failed on the first day. What could I have done in that moment? Old Aaron would have been well, fuck this. This is not going to work. I've just had this habit for so long, and quit. Or I could be hey, well, I picked 4 times. So I guess that's better than probably the 10 I would have done, 6 of them being unconscious because I just would do it without even thinking about it. I'm still getting better. Just because I got a 0 doesn't mean I'm not getting better. So remember, if you don't get all of the points every single day, that doesn't mean that you are not getting better. Not all of the zeros here are created equally. All right? So just because you didn't get 1 point for something doesn't mean you didn't do better. Maybe you only had time for 15 minutes of movement, but that's 15 minutes you wouldn't have done before. You are getting better. Just because you didn't get a 1 does not mean stop showing up. Okay?
Okay. We're going to wrap this up so that we can get to the backstage, peeps. Backstage, we'll see you in a minute. And for the rest of you guys, happy day 1. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow morning.
Bye.
Take care.
How do I shut this off? I don't even know.
Oh, end stream.
Oh, okay. End the stream. And